there's clearly trouble in paradise, and she's trying to cover it up, and she thinks that we are stupid enough to fall for that crap.
Now, also reports this week that the king is absolutely desperate to see his grandkids, Archie and Lilibet, which you can understand. It's been a very long time since he's seen them. What's in the works?
Sussex's 2 children, 3-year-old Archie and 1-year-old Lilibet, will not have the His or Her Royal Highness status.
This isn't gossip. This isn't tabloid chatter. This is Buckingham Palace itself pulling the coldest move in modern royal history. With one stroke of a pen, Archie and Lilibet were stripped of their royal identity. Not because of petty feuds, not because Meghan gave a bad interview, but because of the monarchy's oldest, sharpest weapon, protocol.
Only way Harry could ever give his 2 children any type of royal role would be to get William on side. And William cannot stand Harry's behavior. Actually, he gets angrier.
For years, the palace said nothing. They watched as scandals piled up, as rumors about Archie's birth certificate and Lilibet's California baptism spread like wildfire. They stayed silent until now. And when the crown finally spoke, it didn't use words. It used law, documents, binding constitutional orders that permanently removed Meghan and Harry's children from the royal line. No heirs, no titles, no future inside the monarchy. And here's the chilling part. This wasn't emotion. It was calculation, cold, surgical, and rooted in decisions made over a century ago. To understand why the crown waited, why it acted now, and why it moved with such icy precision, we need to rewind to 1917, because the decision King George V made in the middle of a world war has just shattered Meghan and Harry's fairy tale in 2025.
The Sussexes have now released never-before-seen footage of Prince Harry playing with their 2 children to celebrate Father's Day. Diddy, I thought they wanted privacy.
The year was 1917. Europe was in flames. Empires collapsing, thrones toppling like dominoes. The British monarchy faced a question of survival, and King George V responded with something radical, a decree known as the Letters Patent. Dry, bureaucratic, but devastating in its impact. For the first time, strict boundaries were drawn around who could call themselves prince or princess. The rules were brutally clear. The child had to be of legitimate royal blood. The birth had to be formally recognized and recorded by the crown itself. The child had to be christened into the Church of England. No exceptions, no wiggle room. For over a century, those 3 rules held firm, protecting the bloodline with military precision. And today, those very rules have come back to crush Archie and Lilibet's place in history.
Prince William has had enough of Prince Harry's ludicrous claims that his 2 children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, are going to join the royal family as working members. Yes, that's right. That's what Prince Harry briefed to the Guardian newspaper. Well, William says hell no.
Receipt number 1, Archie's altered certificate. When Archie was born in 2019, everything looked fine until the paperwork started changing. His mother's name, originally listed as Rachel Meghan Markle, was suddenly erased and replaced with Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. Meghan claimed the palace forced her to do it. Palace aides denied it. Neither side backed down. But the damage was done. A child's very first legal document became a tug of war, leaving cracks in the royal record that the crown would never forget. Receipt number 2, Lilibet's silent arrival. When Lilibet was born in 2021, the palace didn't issue the usual royal proclamation. No doctors signing, no ceremonial announcements, no formal acknowledgement at all. Instead, Meghan and Harry sent out a polished California press release. For centuries, royal births were treated like national events, documented, witnessed, stamped into history. But for Lilibet, silence.
In the Crown's eyes, it was as though she had been born outside the pages of royal history.
Will strip his exiled brother Prince Harry's children of their HRH titles when he becomes king.
Receipts number 3, the baptism that wasn't. Meghan proudly announced Lilibet's baptism in California, smiling photos and glowing headlines, but the Church of England never recognized it. And without formal recognition, the monarchy doesn't see it as a baptism. In royal law, no christening means no place in the line. What Meghan thought was a healing gesture actually sealed her daughter's exclusion. Receipt number 4, Harry's pleas. Behind closed doors, sources say Harry begged, phone calls late at night, pleading that his children not be erased. His argument was simple: stepping down from royal duties shouldn't erase royal blood. But palace aides gave him the coldest answer imaginable. This is not about emotion, this is about order, lineage, and the future of the crown. Translation: the matter was already decided.
Of today's video. So at the time, Archie Mountbatten Windsor was born May 6, 2019. And this was surrounded by controversy, largely to the unconventional decision.
And yet, the media spun it differently. Glossy spreads, staged photos, glowing headlines about Princess Lilibet. But the documents told another story. Legal orders, rewritten records, titles removed. Social media didn't buy the PR gloss. Twitter dragged Meghan for celebrating a baptism that wasn't official. TikToks compared Archie's certificate changes to Hollywood script rewrites. Memes called Lilibet the California princess with no crown. The mainstream press might try to soften the blow, but the internet knows receipts don't lie. This isn't just paperwork. In the royal world, titles are oxygen. They grant security, status, and most importantly, legitimacy. Without them, Archie and Lilibet aren't heirs, they're outsiders. No prince, no princess, no future roles in the monarchy, even more chilling, no recognition in the official history book. Imagine that. 2 children of Windsor blood written out of the story entirely, from Prince Archie to just Archie, from Princess Lilibet to just Lilibet. The monarchy didn't argue, it didn't explain, it simply erased.
Elected in Harry's cousins. So Princess Beatrice and Eugenie, they are not working royals, and yet they also have an HRH in front of their names. Obviously, we do have Prince Andrew, who still is not allowed to use his, much like Harry, but still technically holds an HRH status. And so really it's just a styling.
Why now? Why after years of silence? Because the crown plays the long game. For years, Meghan and Harry branded themselves as royal rebels. Netflix deals, memoirs, interviews, scandals. But here's the truth. Rebellion only matters if the crown still claims you. Once you're erased, you're not a rebel. You're irrelevant. This is the monarchy's greatest weapon: silence. They don't need to clap back. They don't need to fight Meghan in the press. They wait, patient, cold. And when the time is right, they act with surgical precision. A quiet stroke of a pen rewrites history forever. And that's exactly what just happened.
To reduce more broadly the number of HRHs in circulation. He could, for example, say that only working royals are entitled to use HRH, which seems sensible if you were trying to modernise, or specify that only children of the monarch are HRH, not the grandchildren, which would have the added advantage of making things clearer for their own kids' families in due course.
Order comes before affection. Lineage comes before love. That's the monarchy's code. For Meghan, the threat is commercial. Her brand collapses without royal heirs. For Harry, it's personal. His children, cut off from the dynasty he was born into. The palace doesn't care. To them, it's simple. Archie and Lilibet don't meet the 3 requirements King George set in 1917. No legitimate royal record, no crown recognition, no valid christening. Case closed.
William despises Harry and Meghan at this stage, and when he is king, his fury will rain down on them. He has absolutely no intention to allow Archie and Lilibet to use their HRH titles, does he?
So here's where we are. Archie and Lilibet aren't rebels. They're not even exiles. They're outsiders.
loved by their parents, but absent from the official record of history. And in the monarchy, absence is the cruelest inheritance of all. Buckingham Palace has played its coldest card, and it wasn't a speech, an interview, or a scandal. It was silence. A quiet eraser stroke that cut Meghan and Harry's children out of the story forever. The Sussex brand was built on rebellion, but without heirs, there is no dynasty. Without titles, there is no rebellion, only silence, echoing louder than any Netflix deal or memoir could ever shout. So what do you think? Is this the crown protecting itself, or the final punishment for Meghan and Harry's rebellion? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading.